Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Market Update Show. And today we'll be looking at QQQ, Sp500, Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. So we'll be looking at those mega cap tech stocks to give us a better understanding of where QQQ is going to be heading, as well as wherever QQQ is going to be heading is going to give us better direction of where SPY is going to be heading. So we have earnings coming up tomorrow, Google and Microsoft. And you can see tomorrow's implied volatility move for all these tech stocks. 6% for Google and Microsoft. So that's a huge move for mega cap tech stocks. And for Snapchat is 11%. Meta is also in the 10% double digit range. So we'll got to be cautious of how these will be shaping up tomorrow. Essentially, you can see how low the volume is today. Right there. You have the lowest amount of volume for a long time because market is very likely just waiting for more data tomorrow before they decide if they want to take QQQ lower or potentially just form this being the higher low. Meaning this low is higher than the prior pivot low, just like this one. This one is higher than this one. So that's a continuation of a daily uptrend. If this is the higher low, the daily uptrend is going to continue. And we'll likely test the 52-week high again. So we'll see if Google, Microsoft can come in with good earnings or not. And even if they come in with good earnings, is going to sell off even if it comes with good earnings, just like Tesla and Netflix did. So that's going to give us key as well to the clues, as well as we have FOMC on Wednesday. That's going to be dictating. We obviously know 25 basis point is priced in 99%, but Jerome's speech is going to be the one that dictates which direction the market is going to be heading. If he's insisting on giving us another 25 basis points, even though he's been saying that, but market's not believing it and is still not priced in yet. So we'll see if any new data from him on Wednesday. So today, very boring day, completely sideways. See, right in the morning, you could have been finished trading here already and went back to bed. So pretty much this was an equilibrium, meaning it just tightens up. And then we had a mini bear break here, see retest, and went lower, but essentially ended up in the sideways range towards the end of the day. So nothing going on, especially this is what happens when you have low volume. And we did break last week's low, so technically weekly consolidation is on its way. Weekly consolidation just means this week's candle is lower than the prior week. This marks the low of the weekly consolidation. We have one back here. This is a weekly uptrend. And if this marks the low, then that's still a really strong weekly uptrend. Due to only the size of the pullback, it's not that big. We'll see if that marks the low. So right now, we don't have any signs of that yet. We want to see at least the trend changes back to the bulls on the hourly before we can be more confident saying that's the weekly low. Right now, we don't have that yet. You can see this also looks like a wedge as well, and will very likely break tomorrow. Pretty much 99% is going to break tomorrow to one of either upside or downside with a lot of volume due to Microsoft and Google reporting earnings. So whichever way this range breaks, we're going to have, it's going to dictate the trend for the rest of the week. We might set a higher low, meaning the next candle is going to be higher than today's high. And then that could potentially start shaping up the daily downtrend if we get more weakness. But as of now, we need a little bit more data for that to say that we might shape up a daily downtrend. As of now, we have dropped 3%. So that is definitely enough room for us to shape up a daily downtrend. If the next bounce, we get a very shallow bounce, then that could potentially shape up that downtrend. Actually, tomorrow, we get a small bounce and also another low volume day. The market just kind of waiting for Google and Microsoft earnings, and we closed pretty much somewhere around here. And we get a bearish reaction on the earnings. Boom, that's a daily downtrend confirmed, right? Or if we just get a bullish reaction, then we're continuing up our daily uptrend for the next 52-week high test again. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's take a look at Sp500. So SPY is a lot stronger because I've been talking about money rotating around the market for XLV, XLK, XLF, all the kind of sectors. Although tech has been dragging down, XLK has been dragging SPY down. The healthcare sector, the financial sector has been strong. So SPY is holding really well. This is a daily bull flag shaping up versus QQQ, pulled back pretty much all of those 4-day gains, while SPY is holding on and forming a bull flag. Here, how many percent? So from bottom of this to move, very strong bull flag. We didn't even test this 38.2% mark. So as long as it's above 38.2% mark, it's a bull flag. So it's only retraced 22%. That means it's really strong bull flag. And although we did break above Friday's high, lacking follow through due to volumes being pretty low, so I didn't expect any fireworks today or anything. But it's also tightening up as well. You can see ranges is getting tighter, and it will break it likely tomorrow as well, with especially with tech earnings. And if that breaks bear, this marks the daily low, higher low. Sorry, lower high, meaning this high is lower than this high. So if we break bear and break this pivot, Thursday's low, that's a daily downtrend confirming. But as for now, no signs of that yet. There's still a daily bull flag, and the pivot is right here, last pivot. So if we drop straight down to here, that's a daily downtrend confirmed. Let's see about those earnings. All right, Nvidia. Not much going on today as well. Very low volume as well. You can see after the 3-day drop, 7%. You could say today is pretty much a double bottom from Friday's low. Friday's low was pretty much there. Today we broke it tiny bit in the morning. QQQ bounced to here in the morning as well. So obviously Nvidia is going to bounce when QQQ bounced. So I'll call that just a double bottom. Not really a bear break or anything. As long as Nvidia holds above that, will likely, I'm pretty sure it's going to fill the gap. So we're coming down to fill the gap and probably test this level. I can see right there. This double top there from and it's perfectly coincides with the gap. So if we do break today's low, we're probably definitely gonna fill the gap, and then we're gonna test this 437. That's the top of that's the next range where this chop zone is. And if we do break below that, then we're probably coming down to test this 420 zone and potentially shape up a head and shoulders. So we'll see if it ends up shaping that head and shoulders bearish pattern. It's an uptrend going into a downtrend. So we'll see if that starts shaping up, but we need 437 to break first for that to shape up, because if it bounces here, that's not really a head and shoulders to me. So we need a little bit more downside for that to happen. Even if we bounce, like one candle or two, and then just drop back down here, that could still shape up head and shoulders. But as of now, we'll see if the bulls can hold its pivot. Prior pivot is right there. Daily uptrend continuing. If it doesn't break this primary pivots, outperforming today. See the bounce today is 3.4%, and QQQ is flat, so it's outperforming today for sure. I mean, it makes sense. It's had its drop very significant, 14% drop in 3 days with this earnings. It wasn't like terrible, so it makes sense where bulls are playing defense after this significant drop for 14%. I mean, we're going to go all the way back up here again now, due to the size of this drop now favors the bears to confirm a daily downtrend. But the bulls can bounce significant enough where they negate the bear flag. So we bounce over 50%. So we bounce over this 50% mark, 277. Then it'll start to favor the bulls again. When we pull back on the next pullback, the bounce should go higher. But right now, it's favoring the bears due to the size of the drop. So we'll see if the bulls can negate that as well tomorrow or not. Even though Tesla already reported its earnings, Microsoft and Google's earnings will drag QQQ whichever way. So QQQ will drag Tesla, even though Tesla already reported its earnings. So it's going to be very important for earnings to come in as well. And Meta is coming in on Wednesday too. So Apple feels like it's a little bit of a distribution zone. You can see all this upper wick was almost like something kind of just selling into them. And there's a lot of dark pool volume as well. So if price start going below these dark pool levels, and we can probably call this a distribution zone. But as of now, Apple is still holding all its technicals structures. So there's no red flags on the structures itself. It's just not doing much on top of these levels. You can see we haven't even tested 2-day EMA 12, the tail looking line. So we tested it there, bounced for 5 months on that line. So still up above the line. No real signs of red flags yet. Just small, small signs where it's a bit up here, kind of very sideways, not much going on. A little bit of a upper wick from that selling news for AI news there. Nothing crazy. Still holding even just the 1-day EMA 12, right? They can hold 1-day EMA 12. It's not going to even test a 2-day one. So once it holds above the 1-day, it's still really strong. Very low volume day as well. Earnings coming up next week. We'll see. Very likely just chop around until it's earnings, unless we have a really bearish reaction on Google and Microsoft, then I should drop with it. Amazon, one of the weakest. Same thing with Google. This was a confirmed daily downtrend right there. And because this is the high, this is the pivot, this is a lower high, meaning this high is lower than the prior high, and we broke in this low is lower than this low, so it's a daily downtrend. Confirming. And with some follow through from the bears, I was saying, we bounced today. I was talking about that we need to hold this level or not, otherwise it's going to go lower. So we bounced and tested this exact level again. That's 313 today, and it rejected. So that's a rejection, retest, rejection. So that's a good time to short if you were shorting up here. Obviously, we're not going to be shorting down here after it's already rejected. We'll see. It's holding 128 so far, and if 128 doesn't hold, we're definitely coming to 127 for sure, because this is this prior chop zone, bottom of the zone right here. And we currently just retested the top of the zone and rejected. So the most likely scenario, rejecting from a resistance, is going to go to test the next strong support, right? Obviously, this was the next strong support. We just got to it, and the day ended. Didn't have enough time, and it didn't have this lack of volume as well today. So tomorrow we'll dictate to see if we come down to test that level or not. Because then this is the bottom of the next zone, right? So the Google time left. Got more time. Google, similar. Has a I don't count this as a lower high because it just steam candles, just a little dinky, little small pop there. Count this as one move, and now this I count as a lower high right there. I'll see if Google breaks 118 right here, this little pivot down here. That's a daily downtrend confirming. Now we don't have that yet. So it's shaping up like one, right, because of this upper wick. 4 hours are already in a downtrend. 4 hours already in a downtrend. Zoom in on the 15 minutes and take a look what the upper ray looks like. So yeah, test here in the morning, test it again here, and then it kind of just faded. Low volume day as well. So tomorrow will be the day we see whichever way all these big techs are they're gonna confirm all these daily downtrends. Some already did, and or more gonna confirm daily downtrends, or they're gonna negate it. Tomorrow is very, very key here, and because this is only like a what? Let's see. Drops 2.5%. Yep, and we confirm a daily downtrend. If it confirms, very likely testing 116 after that. If we get a bullish reaction tomorrow, then we're going to come to 126 level to test that. Microsoft also pretty weak after the last couple of 4 days. After his AI news, give it all back and more. So that's a little bit of sign of like a potential top, especially when it's a news catalyst and you give it all back. Now it's still holding here because we don't have today's is a complete sideways day. So most mega cap tech stocks are also going sideways. Hourly downtrend is still intact, very clear. See hourly downtrend, and now just tightening up into an equilibrium down here for a break on tomorrow. 4 hour is obviously in a downtrend. Daily, I still count this as one single move. There's no pivot above, but now this move is big enough where on the next bounce it will favor the bears for the drop. I haven't had any of the bounce yet. Haven't set any pivots at the moment, so there's only one straight move. We'll see if 7% move. Bulls will shape up anything for the bears tomorrow. If we get a 6% move on earnings, bearishly, it'll take us exactly to this 323 support. Where, yeah, if we get a 6% reaction to the upside, it'll take us pretty much perfectly to 52 high resistance. So that's why there's implied volatility move for 6%. So we hit here and here. So we'll see where it goes tomorrow. It's going to be exciting. Get some fireworks going rather than just complete sideways day today. And yeah, that'll be fun. Meta's implied volatility move is 10%. It's funny how it comes down right to this support level as well. This double bottom support, it's going to act as support, and 10% up is probably close to 52 high. Yep. Up Meta will be coming in Wednesday. So far, it's also really weak. You can see this is one straight move. No pivots yet have formed. So the next bounce is going to favor the bears on this pivot. So my guess is probably we bounce here and to 300 to where this prior strong resistance is. Form a head and shoulders, just like here, and then go lower. Unless it comes in like some super hot earnings report and blows off everyone's mind, and we obviously go up. Technicals at the moment is shaping up like a head and shoulders, and we're seeing a lot of head and shoulders shaping up on a lot of mega tech cap techs. So that can potentially be this theme if QQQ itself obviously shapes up one, right? So if QQQ does one, most mega cap is probably going to do it as well, vice versa. And we'll see whose earnings report is going to save who, or whose earnings report is going to drag the other gun down, right? And so tomorrow, be ready and set your stop losses, even though you can't set it as well in after hours. But make sure you're managing your risk, and especially the volatility in after hours is crazy. You can get like a shot up 3%. Next second, it's down 3%. Back and forth, right? And there's earnings call as well in a factor. Sometimes the stock can be down 3%. Earnings call could just shoot it straight back up, or vice versa. For those earnings call as well. And good luck on you guys' trade tomorrow. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another update. And feel free to subscribe, guys, made it this far or learn anything. And I will talk to you guys soon.